3Rivers Archery, your longbow and recurve experts.
Hi, today we're talking about how to install a drum reel on your traditional bow. We have two different types of reels, a screw-on mount and a tape-on reel. Now the difference between these two is with the screw-on one, you need to have a bow that has a front stabilizer insert. Very common in a lot of bows. You can mount, as the name for it, stabilizer in there, but you can also put a front-mounted bow fishing reel on it, like these drum ones. Now the way that it works for installing one of these is you take your reel, you got all the components, you'll need some wrenches to work with it. You take off the back nut, lock, screw, and washer, and that just slides through there. And then you slide these components back on. The washer, the lock washer, or lock nut. And you just start threading it by hand, get it on there. And really you just lock it in place. You can go a few ways with it, got it there. And if you have two, go ahead and do two, but not required. Now, for mounting on the bow, take this. What you want is the logo going upright, and what the reason for that is, it's really this line clip here that's on the bottom. That helps pinch the line in place, keeps it there, so when you shoot, it'll get pulled off of there and go spinning out. So when the line's on here, you can attach it there. And there's a tie point down there. But you just screw it right into the front stabilizer. Now the reason they have that nut there is sometimes it won't screw all the way down. And what you're going to do is position the way you want. So we have it for good looks, and like I said, so that clips down there. But you can do it any way you want if you want the clip on top. And then you, using your wrench, use that to lock it in place. Now to show you for the tape-on reel. Tape-on reels are for bows, one-piece bows like this, nice and smooth, but you don't have the front stabilizer hole and you don't want to put one in there. Now there are some adapters that you can use that'll mount to your bow and take the place of that, but this is if you don't want any of that, you just want to use a reel. Now, as the name implies, you tape it in place. Any tape you want to use, I mean, whatever you got laying around. It doesn't need to be a super secure hold to it, but it needs to be there. Now, oddly enough, this one has the line clip on top. So really personal preference, however you want to go about it. The best thing to do is how you want it is you want to stay outside of the working part of the limb. Now, the working part of the limb is where the riser fade out ends, and it's just limb. That's going to be moving, and you don't want the reel part of that. At least you don't want it to be going on there, because as it comes now, you'll be into the riser quite a bit. Since I shoot with an open grip or even a light grip to it, I mount it as high up as I can get away with. Now some tricks you can do with it is, I mean, this is light, you can bend it. You want nice, clean connection. This needs to match against the bow cleanly. You don't want it rocketed one way or the other. You want it nice and smooth against it. So you're custom fitting it to your bow. There we go. Now, I've got camo tape, so that's what I'm going to use. Since you're not using that as a reel, as a pull force on it, you know, you're pulling the line in that, it's just holding the line in that. It shouldn't need a super secure hold on your bow. But that's really up to you on it. Now what I'm going to do is put a piece of wrap down first so it doesn't scuff my bow. And then but as we're just demonstrating it here, there we go. Now, the biggest advantage to a drum reel is the price. They're very affordable. It's going to be hard to find a reel out there for bow fishing that's going to be as affordable as one of these. So for breaking into the sport, this lets you know if you like it before you're investing a lot of money into a really good bow fishing reel. The screw-on one's probably the most preferred just because it leaves open more room for the hand, but if your bow doesn't have that adapter and you don't want to buy the adapter itself to go with it, tape-on is a great alternative for it. The biggest thing to note, like I said, just keep it out of that working limb. Now, for showing you, we'll do it on this one. Showing you how to put the string on. Real easy. There is a hole right here. You just tie it through there, and then you run it over the clip here. And when you get towards the end, you just put it underneath that clip. That's a tension fit clip. Very light spring steel here, so you can bend it so it's not pinching the string. You want it where it's got a hold to it, but you're able to clip it there so your string doesn't untwine. But when you shoot, it'll pull right out, no problems. And any knot you tie in there, whatever you prefer for it. But that's it. That's how you install a drum reel on your traditional bow. I'm Jonathan Karch with 3Rivers Archery. Thanks for taking the time to watch this. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, give it a share. And if you have any questions, please comment below. We're happy to help. Thanks for watching.